Hello and welcome to From the Helm with a visitor we've had many times before, but the share price has been appreciating beyond belief. Simon Lawson, the CEO and Managing Director of Spartan Resources. Simon, it's been a while since we chatted and the share price has done an awful lot since then. Talk to me about what's happened in recent months.
Yeah, it's been huge. I mean, I think the last time we spoke was on a stage somewhere, and before that it was in a pit.
50 cents, I think it was, when you were back then.
That's it. So $1.28, I think we closed that today. So
incredible.
You know, massive increase in share price, and it's just a tribute to what we've been doing, which is drilling and delivering.
And you had a major new resource out a week ago or so.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, and the market obviously loved it. The share price appreciated even more. So tell us what that was to do with.
Look, I suppose the biggest thing about that is it's surprise to the upside, which is always a good thing that companies need to be trying to achieve, right? But for me, that was a huge achievement. It was a massive tribute to the work that we've done, all the drilling we've done. Massive increase in grade. I mean, 2.48 million ounces at 4.79 grams a tonne is just an incredible outcome for a company that, you know, a little over 18 months ago didn't have much hope. So it's
literally
really
from Gascoigne to Spartan, the whole story in between. You have to watch other episodes to learn about that story.
Yep.
But pepper, can we talk about that? Last time I came to site, share price about 42 cents a share. You just had Never Never.
Yep.
Where has pepper come from? I see it in the announcements. I was like, what is pepper?
Yeah, look, pepper was a bit of a surprise to us, but it was a process where, you know, someone walked into my office and said, look, I think there's a periodicity, there's a frequency to these deposits, and let's drill in between Never Never and Gillies.
Wow.
And that literally was where pepper came from. It was just a theory, have a crack, and that's actually the fundamental backing of our story from the start has just been have a crack, like just go and drill holes.
That's the best way to be in this current environment. Now, there's no denying the gold price has driven tailwinds for Spartan, but what else do you attribute the recent share price appreciation from, 42 cents to $1.28 today over the last 7 months?
I think there's a lot of factors there. Obviously, the gold price has been a big one. Delivery of those drill holes and just being consistent and systematic about how we've built the value of this company. We can't attribute all of that share price to just our work, but I'm pretty proud of it. But at the same time, we've got a lot of speculation coming into the gold space, coming out of currency backing and out of bonds and things like that, and coming into the gold space. So trying to get those early achievers, and I think we sort of fit that category.
Now, talking about those early achievers, CBA jumped on board and bought up a heap of shares in Spartan back in February this year. That's a really credible name. Banks don't often buy into explorers in the mining space. What does this tell you?
I think it just speaks to the value of what we're doing. We really have cracked the code of this deposit, this whole system, and it's going to get bigger. And I think having a bank jump on like that is a big recognition of that. Now,
next 12 months, we always like to ask you this one. What does the next 12 months look like for Spartan?
Well, if it disappoints you, it's just more drilling.
That's not disappointing when your results are so good.
Yeah, look, I think we're very focused on getting our exploration drill drive underway, and that's just about to commission. We've got the guys on site, we've engaged a contractor, but that is to give us another platform to drill from. So unfortunately, we're just going to keep drilling from underground and from surface.
Now, M&A activity is very strong in the current market space. Romeus has been buying up shares in Spartan. Are you concerned about any of this, or are you really solid in the foundation that you've built at Spartan?
Yeah, I think, look, we had some major shareholders who backed us from the start, and they predominantly sold across to Romeus, which gives them a really good standing in our stock. But as Mark said just recently in some interviews, he's quite happy to sit and watch that investment grow as we continue to do our work. So we're really happy to have that support there.
And everyone is loving Spartan right now. Now, talking about the grade, obviously you've come out with these results. Grade is king in this environment.
100%.
You can't just be an explorer with a tiny amount of grade, a little bit of gold. You've got phenomenal results right now. How important is that into playing into the outlook and the overall resource that you're holding, but also how does it compare to the market average?
Look, I think I'll answer the last part first. I think it's above average, and I don't think anyone would argue with that. The thing that grade gives you is a foil against risk. So you've got better grade, that means you are less likely to fall foul of any of the headwinds that other explorers and developers have seen.
Costs,
and for us, exactly, costs are huge, and that's why we've been moving very systematically towards what ultimately is a gold production story. But we want to make sure we do it properly. So we're going to be very systematic and methodical about it. We're going to continue to drill. I don't like the Lassonde curve. I don't want to see our share price start to drop off in the way that it appreciates, because to me, it's my job to make sure that share price keeps going up. And as we develop, we'll keep drilling. So we'll keep bringing the excitement, we'll keep making discoveries, but we will walk towards gold production.
And no one deserves it more than you after everything you've been through with this company.
Thanks.
Now, key milestones you have to work towards, obviously,
Yeah.
final investment decision, all of those kind of definitive feasibility study.
Yep.
How are you progressing and what's the next milestone in line?
So a lot of reserve work at the moment wrapped around this new resource. I was quite keen to bring a resource to reserve conversion or a reserve story out in the second half of this year. I've delayed that probably about 8 weeks at the moment, just because this new resource that's come out, that's what needs to have the reserve wrapped around.
Yeah.
The 9 gram grade underground at Never Never, the 438,000 ounces that we've just put on the table at 7.6 at Pepper, those are incredible grades.
Yeah.
And it's a great ore deposit, series of ore deposits. I think the drill drive is going to allow us to unlock more of that value and drive more of that grade control and reserve drilling. And then we're just going to keep exploring to the north. That's actually a major focus for us at the moment, is to keep that exploration drilling going.
So when the time comes, will it be an open pit and underground operation?
Look, I think we were known as an open pit miner.
Yeah.
It was a struggling company that I took over in 21, and I think we've progressed beyond that now. I think we're looking at very solid underground grades with small workforces to keep the footprint small, to keep the dilution down, and to really optimise that mill that we've got 600 metres away from Never Never. You know,
phenomenal.
just so close.
Stone's throw away.
Correct. So we just want to make sure that mill is actually optimised,
Absolutely.
and we can run 100% underground feed through it. There are some open pit opportunities there, for sure, but I mean, I don't think anyone can argue that 1.87 million ounces at 8.65 as our underground high grade is anything less than what we need to make that mill run.
It speaks for itself. Simon Lawson, thanks always for having the time with us at Build Direct and Resources Rising Stars, and we look forward to having you on again soon.
Cheers.
Thanks so much.